What's up, friends? Welcome back to KimmyDTV, a place where nurses and inspiring nurses come to achieve academic, career, and life success. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about how to complete Capella'S RN to BSN faster. This was a requested video, so I'm going to be completing this video. So if you are about to attend Capella'S RN to BSN program and you want to complete it as fast as possible to save as much money as possible, stay tuned. Okay guys, so this video is actually going to be piggybacking off of my previous video I made, which is basically going to be linked in the comments and description box below, and it talks about my experience going to Capella. It's basically an overview of Capella, and it will give you a better insight as to whether Capella is the program for you. So I highly recommend you watch that video first. Okay guys, so the truth is when it comes to completing Capella'S RN to BSN program faster, you have to take into consideration how many credits does Capella RN to BSN program accept from your previous college credits, okay? So I highly recommend that you submit all of your college transcripts that you've ever been to, no matter how old it's been, because I was like about to not send some of my college transcripts. I didn't necessarily have a straight path to RN, so there were some credits I was like, oh, maybe they won't accept it, but no, Capella is really good at accepting college credits, you know, as long as it's from an accredited university and stuff like that. But just what I'm saying is try. Always submit all of your transcripts that you possibly can. Even if you think that they won't accept it, try your best to submit everything that you can, okay? In total, the classes after I gave in all of my transcripts, I had to complete 8 core nursing classes, which I believe everyone will have to complete 8 core nursing classes plus 2 prerequisite classes. And mind you, I completed the program July of 2022, so I don't know which year you guys will be watching this video, but just to give you an idea of pricing and class requirements, etc. Okay, so I was so happy when I found out they accepted majority of my classes, so I only had to do 2 prerequisite classes. But sometimes you may not even have zero. You may have 0 prerequisite classes to complete. Okay guys, so let's talk about billing. So Capella bills in cycles. Okay, so each cycle is 12 weeks, and that's approximately $3,250 per cycle. So in order to finish Capella'S RN to BSN program faster, one of the primary things you have to understand is that it's gonna require a lot of sacrifice. So I went from working like 10 out of 7 days a week in my job, 12 hours, to working only 3 days a week, 12 hours, in order to complete my program. So basically how I did it was every single day that I was off, I would complete 1 paper. When you're first starting to complete your papers, you may not complete it as quickly as you want to, depending on like if you're used to completing papers or not. So I wasn't really used to completing papers, so because I was just coming from my ADN program, and we really focused on passing the NCLEX. So most of my program was filled with like straight up question answer. So my first assignment did take me a while to complete, but after my first assignment, each paper took me approximately at least 4 hours to complete. So yeah, and I'm going to leave a link down below in which I make a video about how to write evidence-based papers to help you with Capella. And also you can join my Blueprint to Nursing Facebook page, where I posted a video where I go into depth about how I complete my evidence-based papers, if you guys are interested in that. Okay, so now that you got step 1 out of the way, which is make sure you have enough time. So step 2 is you're going to want to join Capella'S RN to BSN Facebook page. And the reason why you're going to want to join it is because not a lot of colleges let you do that, but Capella is one of those few colleges that allow you to choose your professors, okay? So we all know, if you've ever been to college, that not all professors are made the same. Not all professors want to see their students succeed, and some professors are just like, I don't know. Y'all know. So basically, when you go into that group, you're going to basically post on the Facebook page like, hey, I'm taking this class, like which professor should I choose? And they will tell you which professors you should choose. Okay? So that's the first step, is you're going to get advice from that Facebook page on which professor is best for that specific class. Okay? So you've chosen your professor. So next thing I want you to do is make sure that 2 classes are open at the same time. So you're going to want to have 2 classes open at the same time, because it usually takes approximately 48 business hours once you submit your paper into the professor for them to give you the paper or feedback back. Okay, now this excludes holidays and special days. Like, for example, if you submit your paper on Thursday, they have all the way up until Monday to hand it back. And if you handed it on Friday, they have until Saturday. And if you handed it on Sunday, they have until Tuesdays. Okay? And of course, holidays may be different. You know, you want to reach out to your academic coach to figure out like how does that work. Okay? So why does the timing matter? So the timing matter because you know you want to get all of your papers submitted in and graded successfully before the end of the billing cycle, because if that class is still open and you know you haven't submitted all of your papers, or if one of your papers didn't receive a passing grade, even if it's one class and one paper, they'll recharge you the whole $3,250. And I don't want that to happen to you guys. So make sure you pay attention. That's why it's good to have 2 classes open, because say you're taking, I don't know, the technology course, and I don't know, I'm just making things up, like business development course. Like, you're gonna wanna, once you submitted your technology course, while they're taking their 48 hours to complete, you can be working on your business development course. Okay, you see how that works, guys? So like, don't waste time, don't waste money. Have 2 classes open at the same time so you can submit one and wait. You know what I mean? So that's really, really good. Okay. So assignments. So there is approximately 4 assignments to each class. Okay. So I worked a morning shift at the time. Like, I was a day shift nurse at the time I was completing the program. And I don't advise it, but some of the things I did to finish faster is, you know, I would stay up late, up until 4 a.m. to finish assignment, and then I would have to be at work by 6:45 a.m. So that is crazy. So guys, I really don't advise you guys do that, because like, whew, sorry guys, I think I got bit by mosquitoes. Sorry. In Houston, there's like a lot of bugs out here. But you know, I really don't advise that you guys do that, because you know your brain works better when you're fully rested, and just like basically for overall health reasons. But I'm just letting you know like the amount of sacrifices that I did to finish this program quickly. Okay, so each day I was off, like I said before, I was determined to complete at least one assignment. So depending on how my work schedule went, one day I complete one assignment, the next day I'm off, I complete another assignment, the following day I work, and then I receive my feedback from my professor. Okay, so that's basically how it was. Like, every single day I was off, I completed an assignment, and usually the day I was working was when I got my assignment feedback. And when it comes to time and choosing your professors, I would advise, like, don't just choose a professor because on the Facebook page they said, oh, this professor has a very quick turnaround time. Because a professor may have a very quick turnaround time, but what if that professor is known to, you know, I don't know, known to fail people a lot? Like, so what you're going to choose a professor because they grade quickly yet they fail people a lot? So even if they grade quickly, they could fail you quickly multiple times. So that's why I'm saying, like, once you start the program, like, make sure you really have the time, make sure you really get out your calendar and choose the professor that will actually pass you. To me, I rather a professor that will that will pass me rather than a professor that grades quickly. Like a professor, if they could take their time, but if I know that they're going to pass me, that they're a fair grader, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying I'm looking for an easy way out. I'm just saying if they're a fair grader and I could tell that they want me to pass, like they are for their students, like they actually want their students to pass, I would rather take that professor than somebody who just randomly grades quick. So what if they randomly grade quick? Well, when it comes to the assignments, like there were times, I mean, y'all could probably see some of my videos on there on that Facebook page, but there were times when I was confused with an assignment that I didn't understand like what it was asking. So that's why the Facebook group is so good, because you can ask the students, and when I mean the Facebook group, I mean the Capella'S Rn-Bsn Facebook group. You can ask the students to clarify what certain assignments mean, and they will help clarify you, and they will help say, hey, this is what I did to complete this assignment, this is the requirements, A, B, C, D, etc., etc., etc. So that is why I really liked it, because it really helped me learn. It helped me, I learned from the mistakes of others, and when you learn from the mistakes of others, it saves so much time. So yeah, so I told you guys that each essay takes approximately 4 hours to complete, you know, once your initial essay is completed. For the PowerPoints presentations with the voiceover, it did take me a bit longer to complete for obvious reasons. The reason why it's harder to complete, to me, how I view PowerPoint presentation is like an essay, but just broken up apart and different slides, and like throw some pictures on it. But of course with the bullet points, you don't want it to be too much. And they also have an example of how to create a good PowerPoint presentation, and you know, you have the voiceover, so naturally the PowerPoints are going to take longer to complete, but not because it's like necessarily hard, but just because there's more steps versus you just write an essay, just an essay. But with the PowerPoint presentations, there's more steps. Okay, so another thing is I did use Grammarly to double check my work. So I know it sounds like a lot of steps, guys. Like, I mean, Grammarly not a lot of steps, but I think Grammarly comes free with Capella, if I'm not mistaken. But just do it, because like you don't want to get a paper back and they're like, oh well, you did this error. Like, that's another way I completed faster, is like I didn't give my professors a reason to be like, oh, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. So use Grammarly, use the Facebook group, use your resources. Now, when it comes to the prerequisites, I forgot, this is a very important part of the video. When it comes to the prerequisites, I forgot exactly the other prerequisite I took, but one of them I took was communication in the workplace, and that one was so quick, it was so easy, like I finished it like that. I do recommend that with the prerequisites, some people will say, okay, you know, you could complete your prerequisites via sophia.com or Frontliner. And I just want to give a warning to those guys who stay to the end of the video. God bless you, because you're going to hear a very important warning. If you do not if you don't plan on like going beyond BSN, maybe you'll be okay, but I'm gonna let you know, like if you plan to get your master's degree in nursing, some colleges do not accept classes taken via Sophia or Frontliner, because, you know, I don't know why. There's a specific reason, but yeah, some of them just don't accept it because it doesn't have the same format or accreditation or whatever that is up to par with that college's requirements. So that's so I recommend just taking your prerequisites via Capella like I did, or via a community college. Remember, take that all into consideration of how long that's going to take, because when I found out how to do my prerequisites, I did it really quickly, because my academic coach was like, okay, you're almost done with the nursing courses, are you sure you want to do it with us Capella, because you could get your BSN right now? And I was like, yes, I'm sure, please just sign me up and let me finish my prerequisites with you guys. Okay, so yeah guys, those are basically my tips on how to complete Capella'S RN to BSN program a lot faster. So if you guys have any questions, just leave it down in the comments down below, and my next video, if you guys want to see, it's gonna be about like the core nursing classes explained. So if you guys are interested in that video, leave it down in the comments below and I'll make that video for you guys. Okay, bye.